Good day, everyone. Meteorologist Mark Molnar here. Thanks for joining me for this edition of Meteor Mark's weather. Yes, we got some cold air into the Northeast for Wednesday into Thursday. Yeah, we're going to see some really cold temperatures with this big old trough blasting across the Northeast. We'll take a look and just see how cold it is going to be and what's going to happen here in parts of the Southern Plains as we head towards later Thursday and especially Friday. Well, we got some big old energy that's going to come into play. This could bring some very strong thunderstorms for parts of Texas and Oklahoma for Friday. We're going to see just how strong this weather will be. And yeah, we're going to take a look at your medium range outlook. Yes, it does look troughy across the east. We'll take a look at all the details and just how much this big, massive trough across the eastern part of the United States and Northeast. Look at that blasting into Wednesday into Thursday. Is that going to be a sign of things to come? Or are we going to bounce back from this or just going to keep pinwheeling these troughs? We'll take a look at all that and more. And just how much cold temperatures are we going to be dealing with in the Northeast over the next couple mornings? Yeah, some areas could be seeing 30s and even some 20s. And here's what we're going to be highlighting for this video. Yes, this is going to be a tremendous severe weather outbreak for parts of the Southern Plains and Mississippi Valley heading on into Friday and Friday night. For your Wednesday and Wednesday night into Thursday morning, some of the coldest air we've seen so far this month. Temperatures will be blasting down into the 50s for highs and maybe 20s for lows. And will we see the energy from the southeast ride up the coast in the form of some sort of coastal system for the weekend? We'll talk about all this and more. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, question or comment down below. Here is a quick announcement. I am proud to announce that I am now an affiliate with Trilogy Maps. TrilogyMaps.com, bringing you the most digital, customizable maps found nowhere else on the internet. These maps are simply stunning. It's an advanced layering system that makes these maps great for making forecast maps with ease or any other maps that you would like to display important information on. The resolution on these maps is simply amazing. From the detail of everything here in the States, and you can also create stunning, digital, professional layered maps from also across the entire world. And don't forget, in checkout, the discount code option, use my code, MeteorMark, hit apply, and you will get 20% off your order. So if you want the most professional, customizable, and affordable weather maps found nowhere else on the internet, look no further than TrilogyMaps.com. Link in the description down below along with your discount code. Severe weather for your Wednesday. Yes, we have a marginal risk here into parts of the Western Plains as well as parts of the Southeast for your Wednesday. It's not going to be a widespread event, damaging wind, large hail potential. So as we head into your Thursday, the marginal risk drops south here across the plains, Oklahoma City, all the way down to western Texas, including Odessa. Yes, this is going to be the precursor of our big Friday blowout here. Watch this. And here is the rare, legendary Day 4 outlook. Yep, it is outlined here for Day 4. Usually we do not have a severe weather outlook, but here it is. The Dallas area, Austin, all the way up from northeast Texas, Arkansas, southern part of Oklahoma, all the way through southwestern part of Texas. This is where I think we have a sizable probability we could have some tornadoes. Here's our HRRR future radar. So essentially what we got going on here is a lot of storminess here across the south. That's going to translate overnight into parts of the mid-Atlantic. So all that severe weather here you saw across parts of the Appalachians heading east into the mid-Atlantic, that's going to be heading out to sea. It's not going to produce any fanfare across the Northeast. You are going to be seeing a lot colder air coming down here across the Northeast. We will talk about that pretty shortly here, see how cold those lows actually go and those highs. But here we go. As we continue, take a look at this. So yeah, we've got a pretty quiet start here to your Wednesday. So we will start to see some shower and thunderstorm activity break out pretty early here across parts of the south. By noon, look what's starting to develop here. You're pretty dry in the Northeast except for northern New England with that front up there and that trough. Yeah, we'll be dealing with some of that. We're going to get a little bits of storminess here into the Western Plains later on in the day, but let's just progress a little bit here into the Southeast. This is that marginal risk that I was talking about, and we could see some damaging wind, large hail, some I don't think this is going to be tornado-type weather, but you can never rule out an isolated tornado with a scenario like this. And you see here across the western plains, this is where we start to see some shower and thunderstorm activity start to fill in here. So as we continue go down the line here, there it is. Starts to get a bit more organized here in the Texas Panhandle by midnight on Wednesday night. So yeah, that's what we got going on here. If you take a look at the southeast here, look at this. Yeah, that's going to be pushing towards the Florida Panhandle here as we head throughout the night. And as we head into the early morning hours of your Thursday, look what this is going on here. Yeah, this is general variety showers here into parts of the plains. Look what's kind of forming here off the southeast coast. You see this comma shape kind of filling in. It's trying to do maybe a little coastal here, but that's pretty much going to head out to sea at this point. All right, your synoptic view here, picking up where we left off with the mesoscale models. Here it is, heading on into later Thursday into Friday. This is where the ingredients really come together. You got that front coming in. You got that energy coming in from the plateau from the west here. And this is going to spell explosive development here across Texas. We can't get into the mesoscale models because they don't go this far out. But look at this. This is going to set the stage Friday for some big time activity in this area. So please definitely stay tuned and look at this. You can follow this front all the way up into the Ohio Valley in the northeast. Look at through Cleveland, Cincinnati, Rochester. Let's get a timestamp on this, shall we? 11 p.m. on Friday evening. So yeah, if you have any plans Friday evening, that might not be the best thing. But you know what? It's not going to be a solid rain. You can see this kind of breaks up a little bit towards 8 a.m. Saturday. And look at this. We got a little bit of surge of some moisture here along the coast here into southern and southeastern New England. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That might bring you some beneficial rains. But look at this. 5 p.m. Saturday, things are starting to clear out here across the northeast with some showers across parts of the southeast here. And you know what? As we go out in time here, things don't actually look so bad. Although this looks really bad. This is towards the 21st. This is heading towards Sunday. Yeah, I think we're going to have another big severe weather day here if you look at later Sunday here and into part of Monday. And, you know, that just kind of kicks off to the east. So as we head towards Memorial Day weekend, yeah, the trend is quieter here. Although you do have to watch the central section here because explosive thunderstorm development is going to be the rule. All right, so our European model run here, let's kick it through the week here. So Wednesday, the only thing that's really going on Wednesday is you got those thunderstorms in the southeast and parts of the western plains, as I showed you onto the, let's stop it right there. So essentially you got this big massive trough in the northeast that's going to kick all that cold air. We'll take a look at how much cold air here is going to actually occur, and then look at that. Showers and thunderstorms. We could have a pretty good line of storms here, showing up a little more pronounced here on the European model than it was on the mesoscale HRRR. But there's some thunderstorms developing as well. That trough, look at that high pressure, 1021 millibar high. Pretty strong for this time of year, bouncing across the Great Lakes, essentially. So we head across Thursday. You got rounds of thunderstorms here into the southern plains. Watch out. Some of these could be pretty severe. And then look at this as we bounce towards Friday. We try to get a little coastal here, as I showed you on the mesoscale run, but it's just not happening here. And then look at here across parts of Texas. And then look at this rain here in the Ohio Valley into parts of the eastern Great Lakes just in time for the weekend. And that's going to push through Cleveland area late Friday evening into Saturday. Look how that moves into western New York. So let's just back this up to that severe weather outbreak potential. There it is. It is showing up there in Texas. We go frame by frame here. Explosive development down here into parts of Texas, and that moves east. So it's a pretty quick mover. It's not going to hang around. There is that energy from that potential coastal system. It's not going to be a full coastal low, but it is going to try to make a run up the coast, what's left of it, towards New York City, Long Island. So that's a pretty interesting trend out of this. And look at how it combines forces here across the northeast. We actually get some shower and thunderstorm activity into parts of the southeast and south Texas as well. So that's adding more insult to injury here. But look at this as we move through the northeast. This is Sunday morning. The rain is actually moving out of the northeast. Just have some showers here in the eastern Georgia and the Carolinas. But, you know, things are actually looking up here as we go into the new week, Monday the 22nd here. Look at this. We got high pressure dominating much of the east. And, you know, you have to really go out to the Rocky Mountains here to actually get some storms, as well as parts of the Midwest here. And maybe a little bit around the edges here in the southeast as well. But you know what? We could be looking at a lot worse weather for this time of year. Actually, let's just back that up one frame. Look at that. So we will be dealing with some strong thunderstorms all the way up to the Canadian border. This is Friday, heading on into Memorial Day weekend, the 26th. So as we take a look at your liquid equivalent precipitation, let's take you through the end of the week here. As we get into the weekend here, look at this. This takes us through Sunday. So yeah, we'll be dealing with, this is a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity here in the southeast as well. The northeast, there's that rain shadow here in the northeast. Although I will be zooming into this. Parts of Cleveland, you could be picking up close to an inch, as well as parts of southeastern New England. So as we take a look at your liquid equivalent precipitation, let's take you through the end of the week here. As we get into the weekend here, look at this. This takes us through Sunday. So yeah, we'll be dealing with, this is a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity here in the southeast as well. The northeast, there's that rain shadow here in the northeast. Although I will be zooming into this. Parts of Cleveland, you could be picking up close to an inch, as well as parts of southeastern New England. And take a look. This is your highs on Wednesday. Yeah, this is a large area of essentially 50s here. 50s all the way to Cleveland, all the way through parts upstate New York, parts of northern New England. So I wanted to show you these lows across the northeast. So yeah, essentially these blue areas, we're getting down to 27 to 30 degrees here. So, parts of the upper Susquehanna Valley, Catskills, parts of the Poconos, over towards the Alleghenies here, and then a wide swath here of northern New England. Yes, this is what we're going to be seeing. You're going to be seeing frosts and freezes develop here. All right, so let's take a look at the medium range CFS model here. There's that big trough kicking across the northeast midweek here, and then a little bit of ridge builds in before another trough here just in time for the weekend. That kicks through pretty quick. We do have that troughiness and upper level low just anchored here across eastern Canada. Let's see if that actually is going to be a trend, or if we're actually going to build this. Look at this. This is actually looking like a Bermuda high building in as we head towards Memorial Day weekend. Is that going to stick around, though? Things can really change this time of year, but look at that. It actually is going to stick around as we continue in time here. Take a look at that. Yeah, so this might actually be the reversal pattern that we've been waiting for quite some time. It's probably, actually, no. Look at this. We head towards June 6th. Yeah, we got a trough here kicking in, but is that going to be the trend? Let's continue. No. It's hard to say because look what starts to happen up here. So we're going to be bouncing back and forth according to the CFS here. We're going to start out cool, then we'll transition to warm just in time for Memorial Day week. But then after the week after Memorial Day week, this is where the troughiness kicks in. And this is a classic wintertime pattern here. Look at this. Blasting up towards Greenland here. And that is going to continue to keep some big-time problems for storminess and cooler temperatures here across the lakes in the northeast, and that follows us here into mid-June. My tropical viewers from the Atlantic, Caribbean, Gulf of Mexico, let's take a look and see what's going on. So there's nothing really to talk about, especially if we go through the next week. Now, you take a look at the intertropical convergence zone. It is bouncing a little bit to the north. It's still pretty far to the south, so I'm not concerned about any development here, but let's just zoom out a bit. I'll show you the big flow pattern as we head towards Memorial Day, because we've been known to get some storms this time of year. You see there's just so much wind shear because you see this conglomeration. You can kind of see these thunderstorms getting sheared off here from the west in the upper layers here. So yeah, I don't see anything on the horizon anytime soon. No stalled out fronts coming into the Gulf of Mexico, but there are some pretty interesting waves down here towards Memorial Day weekend. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on stuff like this as we go in time. All right, before we get to the Western Pacific, I'm going to show you here the Indian Ocean. We have Cyclone Fabian here, Tropical Cyclone Fabian. This is quite a storm. It's got 115 mile per hour winds, gusts to 145. And you can see, look at the structure on this thing. Let's just zoom in. This is a pretty donut-shaped storm. This is pretty intense. And watch as we kick this to the southwest. This is going to take us through, there it is, Wednesday. So look at that. So it's going to go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then it kind of stalls here. There's no steering currents, and it brings up all that cooler water to the surface, and it kind of rains itself out, essentially. So by next week, this thing's going to be a fading memory. So here's the Western Pacific. Let's take a look. Yeah, this if you're in the Philippines this time of year, please stay tuned. So this is quite a mess here, but we'll see if anything actually comes out of this. Let's continue. We'll just cruise along here. Yeah, there's some things out here that may develop. You're actually going to get some showers here towards the 20th. So pretty much all the Philippines, you're going to be looking at rain kicking in here. But look at this. This thing out here definitely could develop into something. I don't think it's going to be a threat to any major land masses, although some of the islands out here could actually get smacked around by this. But we'll see. Yeah, it's trying to inch to the northwest. This is the tropical system that the models have been kind of picking up on for the... Oh, look at that. Yeah. So this could potentially become a typhoon. So we're going to keep an eye on it here. This is towards the 23rd. Will this affect, say, Japan? I don't believe so. The Philippines, we'll have to keep an eye on it here because these have been known to veer south. But look at that. Yeah, it's got a pretty good structure. Wow. This is making it pretty far west by May 25th. So please stay tuned. If you're in any of these regions, look at this. Southern Philippines and central Philippines really getting a lot of heavy rain. Continent of Asia over towards China and Vietnam not looking so bad. Japan is looking beautiful, but look what's just hanging out to the southwest or southeast of you here. This is kind of crazy, and this just kind of barrels towards the northwest towards the 26th. This is crazy. Could this be a early Japan typhoon here? We're gonna have to keep an eye on this. You know, they don't really make it this far north this time of year, so I'm a little skeptical. It can happen, but look at this. We may be looking at a problem here. So, yeah. So now the models are taking it up towards Japan. It does start to look extra tropical by this phase because obviously, you know, the waters are still kind of cool here, obviously, for this time of year because, you know, Japan just came out of their winter season, you know, literally just a couple months ago. So, yeah, essentially what's going on here is it looks like we're going to see possibly a hit from this potential, well, it's not a tropical system right now, but the models are kind of picking up on it. So could this be a thing of the season to come here in the Western Pacific? It's going to be interesting to see, but look at this. We start to fire up more systems behind it. We got one right off the right corner of your screen here, another right in the central portion. Let's continue to go here as we go further out. The margin of error this far out, though, is crazy. So don't, look at any one point, but look at the intertropical convergence zone by June 1st. Things are really going to be a mess out here in the Western Pacific. And taking a look here from John near Huddersfield, UK. This is M62 near Huddersfield, UK, 15 degrees Celsius. Look at those nice cirrus clouds off in the background here with the nice, beautiful blue sky. Cruising out there on the open highway. This is a very nice capture there, John. Looking very nice. Nice capture. All right, so as we take a look at your high temperatures the next couple days, we're actually going to see for your Wednesday here across the Northeast, yeah, it's going to be hard-pressed to get out of the 50s anywhere up here in upstate New York, added to northern New England, even some 40s. Look at how warm it is here. You just go a little bit further to the west and south. So, yeah, Northeast North America is the cold spot. And look at this, as we head into Thursday, we only warm it into the 60s, although that's not too bad. Look at Florida and Texas baking down here, but look at out west. This is a baking machine out here. Look at this as we go towards Friday. Not too bad. We actually really start to warm things up pretty quick. 70s blasting their way into the Northeast, and as we head into the weekend, look at this. We do see a little bit of cooler temperatures behind that front as it moves through the Northeast, and we do have that little energy from a coastal trying to move up to the Northeast as well. So that'll hold us into the upper 60s, lower 70s. But look at this as we go towards Sunday. Not looking bad. We actually rebound back into the 70s here. And look at this. There is a lot of 70s here across the United States. That's a really nice, comfortable temperatures as we head towards next week. Monday, we do get that colder air blasting south again with that troughiness. So we're going to see these troughs pinwheel around. Upper 50s, low 60s into upstate New York. But look at that as we get towards Tuesday into Wednesday of next week. Look at that. Yeah, we bounce back into the 70s here into parts of the Northeast. And as we get towards Thursday of next week, let's see how close we can get to Memorial Day weekend. Well, not quite close enough here, but look at this. The theme is going to be this heat to start building here to the east. Extended outlook from hometown viewers from Binghamton to Scranton's Upper Susquehanna River Valley of New York and Pennsylvania. Wednesday, much colder behind the cold front, only 55. Yes, it's going to feel really early spring instead of mid to late spring here. Look at this Thursday morning, 27, freeze and frost likely. Please get the plants in. This could be very destructive. You will head up towards 66, though. Nice sunny skies into Friday as well. Look at that. Much better towards 76. But look for the weekend, Saturday. We will have some rain showers around, especially, early in the morning and then later on after 2 or 3 p.m. as well, up to 0.2 of an inch possible, up to 70 degrees. And then nicer conditions for Sunday. Sunny skies and 72. Thanks for joining me for this edition of Media Marks Weather. As always, I just want to make you aware of my new affiliate, Trilogy Maps. I use their maps every day. I just love them. They are high performance, high resolution. The layering system can't be beat. And I just wanted to say, when you do go to their website, and I have the link down below, and you use my code MediaMark, that gives you 20% off. That's the only way you can get 20% off. Use the code MediaMark. It does open up me eligible for a commission based off that, but there's no additional money being made in that way. So I just wanted to disclose that to you. It's a product I truly believe in. If you love maps, making weather maps, or you're into maps with data on them, I mean, this is a great mapping system for you. It works wonderful. I've been trying it with Photoshop and it works wonderful. So don't forget to try out my Hurricane 2023 Outlook, link in the description down below. Also, it's a link ahead of you on the screen as well. This is an Outlook I came out with last week, so check it out if you haven't already. The entire Hurricane 2023 season, my take on it. Also, Facebook at MediaMark. Also at Weather Eastern and Hurricane Northeastern. And Twitter at Weather Eastern. Thanks for joining me.